in my space, in my marriage space, and I've been married 5 times, and I tried that submission shit.
5 times.
Yes, 5 times, baby.
Whoa.
I can teach you how to get a man.
I would definitely want to learn.
I want to sign up for your course 5 times.
5 good times.
Wow.
How did you do that?
Yes. Hire me, ho. It's like, no.
Hi guys, welcome back to another interesting episode of the Rated 18 podcast. I remain your curvy, bum-bumlicious, and bootylicious host, King Chick, aka Big Baby, and my co-host,
Big Baby Cartoon.
O'Shea.
And we are the Island Baddies.
The
Don't
Island
forget.
Baddies.
Don't forget
O'Shea,
that.
don't forget that. So today we have a very, very beautiful guest all the way from the US of A in the studio. Please introduce yourself.
So, my name is Cheron Griffin, a.k.a. Madam Butterfly. Yes,
Ooh.
I said Madam.
Madam Butterfly.
I can see the butterfly.
everywhere.
Yes.
Wow.
I am a matchmaker, and I'm into diaspora, dating, and beyond. And I'm just here to bring it today. So thank you, ladies, for having me.
You're
welcome.
Thank you. I love your voice.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, is that Nigerian?
That's Nigerian.
Yeah, she's Nigerian.
And look, and them things is out, girl.
We are fully loaded.
Honey.
They're called the Island Baddies.
I love it.
Mm.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So thank you for allowing me to grace your
Thank you for being
stage.
here.
Mm.
I
Thank
love
you.
her energy already.
Exactly.
Wow.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, so we are going to delve right into the topic. So the topic of today is dating in the US and dating in Nigeria. So I think that has the difference is very, very clear. It's very wide. The gap is very wide.
Yeah.
Dating in Nigeria and dating in the US. So our Madam Butterfly here is going to tell us all about dating in the US, diaspora and all that. And then we will also compare it with dating in Nigeria. So I think you should take the floor with this.
So I'm glad I had the topic ahead of time. Okay, so I had a chance to meditate on it. And I feel like there's not that big of a difference. I'm actually on some Nigeria relationship platforms, and the things that I see here are some of the things that I see in the US. As far as religion, cultivating the dating space.
Yeah.
A lot of people are ruled by religion when it comes to dating.
Wow.
Parents, right?
Yeah.
That's big here in Nigeria. I think in the US, we kind of have our own voice, but not fully.
Really?
Yeah, really. And the sad part about dating in both is that there's this gender war between the men and the women. And that's the thing that I don't like. And that's the thing that I compare it most to. So to me, in my opinion, dating in the US is very similar to dating in Nigeria. No one wants to date broke, right?
No.
Right.
Nobody.
No, I was saying yesterday, if a man can't afford 5,000 naira, which is nothing, like $3.80 in the US, you don't need to be dating anyone, right? Right, because pussy ain't free.
Pussy ain't free.
Right. I mean, it's
Definitely.
not.
And that's
not
not period.
free.
Right. And not saying that it's the end all be all, because I do think that women should add value to men, but men should also add value to women.
Definitely.
So it's so many different directions we can go. So I'm going to let y'all take the floor.
Well, I heard you say dating in the US, they have this religion thing
Yes.
about it as well.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Like the whole submission thing.
Okay.
I don't agree with the word submission.
Okay.
I
Wow.
don't.
Why?
And my husband doesn't either.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We believe, well, first of all, the definition of submit is that I lower my standards and I allow you to be the head of everything, right? It means I put myself down and raise you up.
Yeah.
But why can't I bring myself up as a woman, right? Why aren't I valued as a woman? We're taught to love everyone else but self,
Yeah.
right? So in my space, in my marriage space, and I've been married 5 times, and I tried that submission shit.
5 times.
Yes, 5
times?
times, baby.
Whoa.
I can teach you how to get a man.
I would definitely want to learn.
times.
5 good times.
Wow.
How did you do that?
Yes. Hire me, ho. It's like, no.
This one is just for
I love her.
Wow.
But seriously, like I've tried the submission, thing,
Okay.
and a lot of times women try to submit to men who aren't worthy of being submitted to. Right? They're not taking care of her heart. They're not taking care of the home. They're not taking care of the things that I believe that men should be doing, right?
Yeah.
But yet they're saying submit, submit, submit. So in my household, what we do is basically you run the area that you're great at.
Okay.
And I'll follow you, and I'll run the area that I'm great at, and he'll follow me. And we look at ourselves as equals, right? And we're building together to do something great.
Wow.
So that's just us. And I know religion because I used to pastor. Okay. Yeah, I had a church in Italy. It's still going. I just don't follow that protocol anymore because a lot of women, unfortunately, are beat into this word submission, but yet they're not being loved and respected and cherished and honored and all those things that Christ, right, said that the man should do, right? And then if we want to take it to religion, it says above that one scripture, it says, husbands and wives submit to one another.
Not just the women.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So nigga bow down to me too.
Yes.
You know,
yes,
so I'm just saying, so religion.
I doubt a Nigerian man would ever think of like letting you do that whole, okay, you're not going to submit to me, I have to do the same with you. Nigerian men would never allow you to get down with them that way.
But let me tell you something. If a man values you and loves you enough and sees your value, he will.
He will, yeah.
He will.
Right.
He will.
The problem now is why do they skip that particular scripture that says wives and husbands submit to each other?
Because the men don't want to do it, unfortunately.
Exactly.
But
They
guess
cherry
what?
pick.
But you have to train him, because if he loves you like Christ loved the church, right? He's going to do that because he wants to see you happy. He wants to see you smiling. He wants to see you growing and glowing, right?
Yeah.
So that's.
But you know that major like in Nigeria now, the society plays a very a major role in that, like trying to make a man to think that, okay, it has to be the woman that is going to submit to you and all that.
In the U.S. too.
Really?
Wow,
Yes.
for real.
Yes. Yeah. I'm one of a kind. So when I start talking like this, people look at me crazy, and I didn't mean to cut you off. But I just wanted to interject that in the U.S. it's the same thing. That's why I said compared to the U.S. and Nigeria, it's pretty much the same.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I'm shocked.
Really?
Don't
Me
be.
too. Because I was just thinking it's the Nigerian mentality.
Yeah, I thought it's like over there in the US, they have the feminist thing going on. And a lot of men are like going 50-50. You know, nobody's submitting to anybody except maybe the religious people, you know, the extremists. I'm surprised to hear that it's like the same thing. Like there's not much of a difference.
It is. You know, as far as the feminine thing, right? I think women are starting, and women in the U.S., and I see you beautiful women here, are really starting to value and love self, right? Because we weren't taught that.
Yes.
And even now we're taught that it's selfish, right? Well, but to me, self-love is the best love. Why? Because if I love me, I have more to love you and you, the community, my children, right? I have more to pour out of.
Exactly. You have to love yourself first in order to give it out.
You can't give what you
can't give out what you don't have.
Yeah. Exactly. But most of us are pouring from an empty vessel.
Yeah.
It's
true though.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. I love y'all. I love y'all.
Wow. I'm really surprised. So apart from the religious, because there are lots of people that are not religious, I think like maybe, let me say culturally.
Okay.
Because what is the American culture on a relationship between a man and a woman? Because let's take our religion. Even when it comes to our culture, apart from the Christianity and you know Islamic religion, we have our culture that still, you know, presses on this thing that a woman is supposed to be beneath a man. But they also go on to say, I think our culture actually promotes the fact that a man is supposed to take care of the family, you know, provide for the woman, the children, and then the woman is just there to like take care of the home. Okay. So how does it, like, how is relationships seen culturally in the US?
So I'm gonna speak on my daughter, right? Okay. She was a housewife for a very long time. And as her children got older, she decided to educate herself, right? So her husband, even now, still provides, still takes care of the home. My husband does the same thing. I think that we live a very soft life compared to a lot of other women, right? And I believe that women deserve a soft life, especially Black women, because we've carried the burden so long. So yes, feminine, I forget the name, but you know, that whole feminine thing. It's out there and it's saying, oh, the woman could do what the man does and all that kind of stuff. And we literally can. But guess what? Sometimes I decide to take the back seat and say, baby, you got it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm allowed to breathe. Exactly. I didn't have those opportunities before. So apart from religion, right? We, as women, especially the Black woman and the African woman, we deserve a soft life, right? We deserve to be taken care of. And I believe that a lot of women in the U.S. are starting to find that out, you know, and because a lot of men aren't providing that, they're going to other cultures, you know, like white folk. And, you know, and I'm not bashing. You do you, right? But because the man hasn't been groomed a lot to take care of and to provide, they're going elsewhere to get that space where they can live a soft life. They're starting to be in private jets now. I'm seeing it online. Private jets, Asian men, you know, and the men are like, just raise the kids, have the baby, you know. So my goal is to help train, right, and teach Black men that this is what you need to do for a Black woman. Because guess what? Over here, what I'm learning, kings and queens, right? In America, we were taught we were slaves, right? But here, you have kings and queens even now. So I'm trying to teach folks, baby, you're not a slave. You come from the kingdom, right? So in the kingdom, there's kings and queens and princes and princesses. So you deserve to be married, right? You deserve a soft life. You deserve to be able to lay your head down on your man's shoulder and say, baby, I'm tired today, but I'll cook tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And he'll say, oh, I'm called a chef in, or baby, I'm going to order out, or I'm going to take you out and I'm going to wine and dine you and show you that you deserve more than being tired. You deserve more than working 9 to 5 or 9 to 9, or, you know, all those things that Black women have had to do for a very long time. We're saying enough is enough. So Black men, what I need you to do is come up, king. Come up, prince. Yes, ride on that throne, right? Yeah, so that they can adorn you with the things that you need.
But why is it that these Black men, I don't know, I don't want to say Nigerian.
You don't have to.
Let me tell, because I've seen a lot of things on social media where these men actually treat other races better. Like if they are with a white woman, I can still say Nigerians as well. When they're with a white woman, they treat them better. You know, they tolerate a lot of stuff than what they would do with their own race or their own country.
Because we've been conditioned that white is right. Right? So we haven't been taught about self-love. We've been whitewashed as a community, right? So, of course, you're going to think white is better. I had friends down in South Africa recently, and they have just as much money as white folk, right? So they're all in a restaurant, but the Black South Africans catered to the white folk first, right? So we've been brainwashed, and now we have to recondition ourselves to understand that, no, we deserve. You know, the Black woman deserves, the Black man deserves, right? It's mindset. Everything is in the mind, right? As you think, so it is. So it's that.
I think the black community actually needs to listen to this, because most of them they have already like programmed themselves to think that, okay, when they say that a woman and a man should do it 50-50, they now have to like leave everything to a woman. Like they won't even let the woman like slide into her feminine energy. Like, okay, because we are now saying let's do the whole 50-50, they now want to relax and let a woman take the whole 50. Okay, when we are talking about the 50-50, we're actually talking about the respect,
Right.
not about you not letting us live the soft life. Now they just feel like, okay, the whole 50-50 is about the bills, not about the respect or any other thing. They actually need to listen to this, because just like she said, I wouldn't say Nigerian men, black men. About even on social media, when we get to see them talk about this whole stuff, or when you see like a black man trending with a white woman, they only tend to give that respect and the 50 to a white woman, not a black woman.
Yes.
Keep going.
Yeah, they feel that the black woman, okay, when we say the 50-50 is just about the bills and every other thing, not about the respect, not about you living the soft life.
Yeah.
They don't just want you to go on that 50-50 level with them.
Yeah.
They just feel the 50-50 is about the bills.
Yeah,
Do you
true,
get?
true.
Well, I would never do 50-50 with no
any
man.
man. Yeah, me too.
So you all are going to have to set your bar up and not come down.
Of course.
You know, when you meet someone and they're like, oh, I want to go 50. Baby, when I was in the dating space, I didn't do coffee dates. I'm more than coffee. I had coffee this morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to either be creative and we do something different. I could do a picnic in the park, right? That's creative.
Yeah.
Or I could do a restaurant, fine dining, something. Do something different. Take me for a walk in the park. Let's go climb a mountain or something. But you guys need to stick to your standards, right? And some people might say, oh, well, you'll never get anyone. They told me that. Me being married 4 times, oh, you're not going to get what you want. You're not going to get what you say you deserve. And I say, guess what? Yes, I am. And guess what? On the way to the club and every day, I play Beyonce's song, Love on Top. And I be like, God, I'm going to get this shit.
Right,
on the way to the club. God, we going to do this. When man says no, God says yes, right?
Definitely.
So you have to believe. I can't believe for you. I can't believe for you.
Yeah.
But you could believe for you, right? And God can say, woo. Oh, she believed that long? Oh, yeah. I'm going to bless her right now. So let me tell you a quick story.
Okay.
So I had just came back from Spain. I was there for 3 months alone, right? I went there for physical fitness to be trained. So when I got back, I remember in the dark, I looked in a corner and I said, okay, God, where are we going next? And I heard the DR. I didn't know what the DR was. So I said, okay. Next day, I looked up the DR. That was the Dominican Republic. I saw a place on the beach. I booked it. I didn't know where I was going, but I booked it. So on the way to the DR, I said, okay, God, why am I going? But the plane was like Soul Plane. I don't know if you saw that movie. It was so many black folk on this plane. It was like the plane was jumping. I mean, it was loud. Hey, we going to that DR. I'm like, where the hell am I going, God? But okay, you know? And I got there and for 5 weeks. I don't even know why I booked the trip for 5 weeks by myself.
Whoa.
And I kept saying, God, why am I here? Why am I here? So I was talking to a friend back in the U.S., a male, and he gave me this song. It's called On the Ocean, right, by Cheron. And shout out to Cheron right there. And the song said, my ship has finally come. And that song ministered to my spirit. And I kept playing it over and over. And I kept saying, well, I know something's coming, but I don't know what. Why am I here?
Yeah.
But guess what? God had to do a work on me too while I was there. So I got sick for 1 week. I had a flu and I had the pink eye. So I had to stay in. But during that time, I just cried. And I was just talking to God like, okay, God, why do I act the way I do? I was in my masculine energy. Okay, nigga, I don't need you. I make my own money. You know what I'm saying? A lot of black women do that. And I remember just sitting in the base of the shower and I was just crying like, God, you didn't create me like this. I said, I want to be a woman. I want to walk in my femininity. And I was just crying. It was like God was purging me. So I got better and I said, okay, God, I'm going out. I never go out in a foreign country at night by myself. That's just a rule of thumb for me. I said, I'm going to get a driver. I took the little thing to the club and I sat there. And this gentleman was standing right next to me. And he says, you're not from here, are you? And I said, no, how'd you know? He said, you don't have the long flowy hair like the rest of the young ladies. I said, oh, that man is my husband. Okay. Now, that man is my husband.
Whoa.
We're born on the same day, July 26th. Okay. His wife that died, her name was Shay. My nickname is Shay. She did public speaking. I do public speaking. She did life coaching. I do life coaching.
Whoa.
You know, so it was like God did that. So what I'm saying to you all is you have to trust God, but first you got to know God, right? So people will look at me and think, oh, she don't know God because she cuss, she this, she that, she loud,
especially in Nigeria.
You know what I'm saying?
Like to
but guess what? I know God more than most people know God.
Yeah.
When I wake up in the morning or the middle of the night, I'm talking to God. I'm asking God to lead and direct me and guide me and all this shit, right? I am God, right? Because guess what? If me and God are one, I am God, right?
Yeah.
So God resides in me.
Definitely.
So he talks to me. His spirit talks to me all the time, right? But people will tell you, oh, no, that ain't God. Because people thought I was crazy. Oh, you going here, you going there. God ain't leading you. Guess what? God is leading me. And those same very people are still miserable, okay, and single. And I'm happy and I'm married 5
times. Like,
okay, follow me, ho.
I'm following you. You need to give us the secret.
I'm just saying, like, so don't let people take away the God in you. You have to know God's voice for yourself because God speaks to us so differently.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? What God might be telling you, God isn't telling me.
Definitely.
So know God for yourself, right? And if you don't know, you be like, all right, God, I need you to confirm this for me. You know, and I'm not trying to make this church or anything, but I'm giving you the reality of what happened to me and how I got to where I am now. So I'm just saying.
Wow, that's an amazing story. Wow, I love
It was just like as though God was leading you to your man.
He did.
Yes.
And if you didn't go on that trip, you wouldn't have met your husband.
Exactly.
Wow.
And his wife had just died, right? So he was down there to sleep with the chicas. Right? He was down there to buy pussy. Right?
Yeah.
I didn't give him none there, but he did play with the titties. He did.
I love you for that. Like,
energy is
I love when people are honest.
Yeah.
You know, we don't see this in Nigeria or every day. This is not.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of women are so uptight. You know, if they're giving this story, they'll say, "My friend, something happened to my friend." I'm trying to tell you something that happened to my friend. They won't say it like it's something that happened. So I love you for your honesty. And I think that's one thing that most American women have. Yes, I love you for that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask in dates, because most times you see Nigerian guys say, "Oh, white girls." You know, when they say white girls, they're talking about American girls. So whether they're black or white, or so when they just say white, they're referring to girls that live abroad, like American girls. So they say they don't really ask for money like that. They just go for love. Okay, they don't really go for money. The Nigerian girls are all about money. They love money too much. So I want to know, like, I'm shocked to hear that there's so many similarities. So I'm trying to like see if Nigerian guys will be shocked when they go to the US and they're seeing girls asking for money before they can date them. So is it different, or are we just people that just love money too much?
No. So American women want money too.
Have you people heard?
Okay. American women want money too.
Okay.
And if you don't have money, a lot of times the women don't want to be bothered, white or black. So I want to get back to the European white dating, how black men tend to treat them better. What I'm finding is, first of all, white women, they're going to secure the bag. You don't really see a white woman dating poor. Okay.
Yeah,
and when you date them, guess what? They're going to have a baby real quick because they're going to secure the future bag. So if you get divorced, right, they're going to make sure that they're taken care of as well as their children. A lot of times prenups, right? Especially when you're dealing with athletes and things like that, or in wealth. Yeah. Like those things are very important. And we haven't been taught those things, right? So then what I'm seeing is when there's a divorce between a white and a black, a European white and a black, then the black men come back to us.
Well,
Look at Megan Good right now, right? And her Jonathan Majors.
Was he dating a white woman before?
He was with a white woman, and now, you know, she pressed charges on him when it was clearly not his fault if you see the video. But now he's with a black woman. A black woman, she's your safe space.
Yeah, of course.
She's going to ride it out with you when you do and when you don't. You know what I'm saying? She's going to be like, baby, I got you. But a lot of times when you're dating other cultures, when the money is gone,
they leave.
They're gone too.
Yeah.
You know, so black men, these are your queens right here. And I'm not telling you don't date out of your culture. I don't get into that, right? But I'm saying that black women are riders. And we have been since slavery. I'm going to tell you that because during slavery, it was the black woman who was protecting the black man. He's not here, master. He's not here.
I even read somewhere that the slaves, the black slaves, the female slaves that were, breastfeeding used to feed the male slaves with their breast milk so they would not die of starvation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. A lot of men do like titty milk though.
Yes,
they do.
It's very nutritious.
Yeah, here, take this back.
So I've always been curious. Like most black men, if you go out on dates with them, they would definitely want to get down the first night you guys went out. And if you don't let them do that, they always be like, this is why I don't like black girls. This is why I don't like to mingle with Nigerian girls. If it was to be back then in abroad, definitely if I should hang out with a white girl, the next thing we are all there having eating puna and every other thing.
It's so easy for them to give out the cookie.
The puna and stuff. So I keep wondering, is it really that easy in the UK or something? Like, how easy is that for them?
This is my understanding. That black women tend not to do it on a first date, excuse me. And white women are more liberated sexually. But they're not judged for their liberation.
Exactly. Thank you. Because they're the same people that would turn around to call you cheap.
Exactly.
That you go around sleeping with men. Because what if you have sex on the first date and the date doesn't work out?
Well, at least you got a good nut.
Exactly. but they will judge you.
They will definitely judge you.
Not all men judge you for sleeping with them on the first date.
Nigerian men,
90%. I would even say 99.9% of men in Nigeria will judge you.
Some men have married women that they have slept with on the first date. And they've lasted many, many years. So I don't get into the antics of what you should do with your body. That's between you, the person, and God, right? And people say, oh, well, they'll judge me. Well, if you tell them, they're going to judge you. If you tell people, they're going to judge you. But some men are okay with you having sex with them on the first date.
Definitely, they will be okay. I'm just talking about with our gender. Our gender normally not okay with going down on the first date, but the men, they would want you to do it.
Yeah, and the kind of pressure.
They will pressure you to.
Can I tell y'all a secret? Okay, men, don't judge me. I have gotten more things out of men when I did not sleep with them. I'm just saying. I mean, thousands and thousands of dollars.
It's just like he's keeping them on their toes.
But I didn't ask for anything. What I found in my dating space, men would take me out shopping on the first date. I didn't ask for anything. I didn't pretend like I needed anything because I didn't.
Yeah.
But they'd be like, oh, let me take you shopping, or oh, let me give you this, or oh, let me give you that. And I was like, okay. Thank you.
Definitely.
And not give them anything. No kiss, no sex, no nothing. Thank you. Because I started to value myself, right? But when I would be promiscuous, because I was at one point, only thing I got was a wet pussy and teary eyes. Okay, and a broken heart.
Yes. That shows that
so
good girl.
I said, okay, I gotta do something different.
In Nigeria, we say good girl, no they pay.
Yeah, look, I had to do something different. And I was like, okay, I think I got it now. So yeah.
I'm learning.
Are
Me
you?
I'm
too. I
taking
think-
notes.
Good.
Wow.
Y'all got quiet.
I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes. Wow. So if like, so in essence you're saying that if you most times if you go down with a guy on the first date, it most times amounts to nothing at the end of the day.
Well, some men will prejudge you and some men won't. So you have to know who you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Have those conversations. One thing we as Black folk are afraid to be honest, right?
Sure.
We're afraid to communicate about
Sure.
anything and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
One of my questions to my husband, he's 14 years older than me.
Mhm.
Do you still like to fuck?
Mm.
Right? Because he's older, right?
Mhm.
So he might have been to that point in life where I don't need to do that anymore.
Yeah.
But I was at that point in my life where I did. So I wanted to know off the bat, is this something we could still do? Are you able to do that?
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, just honest conversations. And what I have to tell you, look out for your red flags.
Definitely.
Red flags are very important. Okay. When you see it, acknowledge it. Don't play with it. Don't be like, oh, that's so cute.
Mm.
It ain't cute. It's a red flag.
Mm.
Deal with it.
Yeah.
Get out of it. Because when a person shows you who they are,
Yeah, believe them.
that's
Exactly.
right. Believe them.
Believe them.
Believe them.
Exactly. So, what do you feel about when a man and a woman is dating, and the man will be like, "Okay, this happens." I don't think it even happens in Nigeria. Maybe probably in the UK or something. They will tell you to move in with them. How do you feel about that when you
think
guys are
it's
still
fine.
dating? Really?
Yeah, I think it's fine.
But here in Nigeria, I think we frown on things like that.
I read
Why?
somewhere that
You-
if you cohabit with a guy, like it reduces the chances of them actually getting married.
Married to you.
I think it depends on the guy because every guy isn't the same.
Yeah.
My husband, when I met him, he didn't want to get married and he suggested that we live together. But I was so conditioned by religion. You got to be married. You got to be married. You got to be married. That's why I was married 5 times. I got to be married. Got to be married. I got to be married.
carry the marriage matter
go
for
get me a
head.
husband. Go get me a husband.
Yeah.
Can't have sex without marriage, right? But then some of the same people who are teaching us are doing it.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
And this is just me. I feel like as a woman, I had needs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my needs need to be fulfilled.
Okay.
So statistically speaking, women who don't have sex end up with heart disease
well,
Wow.
because they haven't been able to relieve that pressure.
Mm.
Now you can masturbate, but then that's frowned upon, right? In many cultures.
Yeah.
I believe I need to know my body,
Mhm.
right? So I'm gonna feel me, I'm gonna touch me, I'm gonna
Mhm.
be able to teach you
Yeah.
what
How
I
to
like.
please me.
exactly.
Right. So to
Mhm.
me, it's normal, right? It's my body. God gave me that. So why would this is just me, and I'm not telling people to fornicate and have sex, and I'm not telling,
Yeah.
I'm talking about me.
Yourself, yeah.
Okay.
I needed to have sex. I
Mhm.
wasn't going to look like some of the women that I saw in church.
Oh Jesus.
Pizza women.
Sit down. I wasn't going to be like that. No, I want to be happy. The joy of the Lord is my
And your
strength.
joy is so radiant.
Yes,
Yeah, I
you
love
know
it.
what I'm saying. I need a release.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why you're glowing.
You're glowing.
Okay.
So I believe that if you want to live with someone, you can. My youngest daughter now, she's 27. He wants to get married. They live together. She doesn't. She's raising his 4 kids, and she's like, no,
Wow.
and she's content with them living together. And guess what? I'm content with her living with him. Only God knows their journey.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a journey. My 4 other marriages were part of my journey. I needed that,
Yeah.
to be where I am now,
Yeah,
to be
to-
sitting in this seat,
Mhm.
to be able to communicate with
Yeah.
you. And I was married to 2 preachers.
Mm.
Yeah. Who loved other women besides me.
Wow.
Who was doing it to other women besides me.
Preachers.
Oh yes. Yes,
Wow.
darling.
Wow.
Yes. So I've seen a lot of things. And am I saying all preachers are bad? No, I'm just
Mhm.
telling you my story.
Your story.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so everything that glitters isn't gold. You know, so I've learned to live my life according to me. There's a lot of people on their deathbeds who's like, I wish.
Yeah.
I wish I would have did this. I wish I would have had sex with Johnny. I wish I would have, you know, I should have tried. I should have masturbated. You know, they told me it was wrong.
This is a big lesson to a lot of women, especially a lot of Nigerian women are uptight. You see a lot of women. I know a lot of women that are maybe in their 40s and they've not maybe seen a man and they're just there, you know, bitter, tight. You know, nobody wants to live their life. They live their lives according to the scripts of other people. You see, people are doing these groups, motivational speakers, and they're telling people to live their lives according to how they lived their own life, notwithstanding that other people, everybody's journey is different.
Yes, it is. And I appreciate my journey. Yeah. I remember back in the day when I was married to my preacher husband, I would sit in the shower and I would cry and say, God, why me? Why am I going through this? But it was for now. You know what I'm saying? It was so I could teach other women, so I could be honest, so I could be transparent, so I could teach my girls, so my girls could see what healing looks like, so they can get healed. Definitely. Because when you're in a house that's unhealthy, guess what? It's going to breed unhealthiness, right? But healed people help people, right? But hurt people hurt people. There's many people hurting in the house with their parents, you know, because people are staying married who hate each other. Like, they're like, I can't stand this bitch. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, I hate him. I used to be like that. I hate him. God, could he just die? Could I just get the money?
That's so mean.
No, but that's how much my heart was broke.
Yeah, because of the
you know what I'm saying? Could he just die and I get the insurance money? And I start all over. But God was like, no, he ain't going to die. But I'm going to change you. Yeah. You know, and I prayed to get out that marriage because I didn't know I could, because I stayed in it for religion. Like, God, I don't want to do it again. I'm going to stay here. And they were telling me, anoint his shoes and anoint his pillow. That shit didn't work. It didn't work. No, for real. But you know what worked? When I say God changed me and God opened my eyes and was like, you can go now. Yeah. And I was like, oh, for real? And when I left, it was like a weight had lifted and the shackles was coming off of my hands and my feet and my neck and I felt light. Wow. And my sign was this. God had told me to go to Texas. I was like, Texas? God, I don't even like Texas. So God kept confirming it, different signs in the earth, right? But one of the major signs was this. There was a sign of Texas on Facebook, and it said, Texas needs rain, right? So I was like, all right, God, I'm going to go. Okay. So once I got to Texas, guess what? It started raining. Oh, my God. It started raining. I said, okay, God, thank you. I'm where I belong. I see you. You see all these eyes? I see you. Yeah, so God leads us, right?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, you know, and he heals the broken heart. He does. You know, and again, healthy people help people.
Yeah, I admire your strength and, you know, leaving all these marriages that were not really for you, that were not helping you fulfill your purpose. Right. You know, in Nigeria, it's very hard for women or girls or maybe people in bad relationships. Because nowadays I see like a lot of people in relationships in Nigeria, they hold on to this relationship by detail. Like the relationship is almost gone, but they just hold on to it. I've seen a lot of people lose their lives because they're holding on to toxic relationships, maybe relationships that they've been in for years. They don't want people to laugh at them because women are so judged over here. I
was judged.
Yeah, they will call, for one that has had like 4 marriages, they will call you all sorts of names. You have a bad character. That's why you cannot stay in your husband's house. Any woman that cannot stay, you see, they go out with all this propaganda. Any woman that cannot stay in her husband's house, that means she has bad character. That means she's a bad woman. And they don't go to see the other side. What could have caused this? Because nobody wants to, you know, leave their marriage. There's always a cause for it, but they don't want to see the cause. They just go on to blame people. So that's why most people just hold on to what is not even, they just grasp at straws just to have that status. Okay, I'm married or I'm in a relationship. You know, now people are peppering people every day with relationship on social media. Everybody's posting their boo, my man, my woman, Valentine's Day. And also it puts this pressure on Nigerian relationships that everybody wants to date. People do all sort of stuff. And in Nigeria, we have all these dating sites. I've seen some stories on YouTube about how dating sites, go bad, dating sites gone wrong in the US. I don't know if it's the same or if it is true.
Okay.
You know,
the same.
wow.
It's the same.
People-
Like with the dating sites, with dating, there's a lot of black men killing black women right now in the US. They're hooking up, and because the woman doesn't want to be with him anymore, he's like, well, if I can't have you, then
Nobody
no one will
else
have you.
will.
So that's why I said those red flags. And God has given us that gut feeling, that something, right?
Definitely.
Like His spirit,
Mm-hmm.
and His spirit leads. And so a lot of times the spirit's like, leave that one alone. He got the cuckoo. She crazy. Like you don't want that. You know what I'm saying? But we tend to ignore it because we want to date or be in a relationship so bad because we've been conditioned that being single is bad, but being single is also good because you get the chance to know yourself and to travel and to go and do, and
it's a gift.
Yeah, it is a gift. But marriage is also a gift.
Yeah.
So it's just, what do you want? Be intentional. Everything needs to be intentional. Before I got out of my divorce, I literally sat at a bar with my girlfriend, Chili's restaurant. Shout out, y'all owe me something. And I made a list of everything that I wanted in my next husband. I wasn't even divorced yet. Wow. And God gave it to me. You know what I'm saying? And for the people who are saying, oh, she's been married 5 times. Well, guess what? A lot of y'all can't get married once.
True.
And I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? So when you judge me, I'm going to throw it back at you. Why ain't you married?
Exactly.
Why you don't got no man?
Do you get?
I'm just saying, like, and people did judge me. What marriage you want now? I'll be like, girl, 2. Like, I don't even name them no more. I'll be like 5.
Yeah.
Oh, that was 1.
Whoa.
And then the way I look at marriage, and a lot of people aren't going to agree with this, a lot of times God allows us to hook up with people and to procreate just to bring this certain individual in the universe. And that's it. That was the purpose. And now that the purpose is fulfilled, then now you go your way. I totally feel that way. Like, I don't believe every marriage is meant to last forever.
Yeah.
No,
True.
some marriages just have purpose, and then your purpose done, and you move on.
Yeah, because
That's
people
okay.
come into your life for a reason. So that makes sense.
Right. A reason, a season, or sometimes a lifetime. So it just depends.
Yeah, somebody actually called me crazy when I told that I don't think I'm a permanent person to anybody.
Okay.
People come and go. I don't think we are meant to be together forever. You might just, and she was like, you're crazy. No, you're supposed to have people that I said, nobody lasts with you forever. Even my own father did not last with me forever. He's dead and he's gone.
Right.
So I feel that nobody is a permanent attachment to you or whatever. Everybody comes into your life for a purpose, and at the same time, they are gone. And I wanted to ask you, ma'am, do you think age, how do you feel about the age difference in relationship? Like, how would you put it?
Okay.
In love, how am I going to say it? Does age matter to you in relationships?
To me, age is a number, but maturity matters.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know
so
what
you
I'm
can
saying?
date either older or younger
younger.
Yeah,
men.
my husband's 14 years older than me.
Have you ever dated someone younger than you?
Maybe like a year or 2.
Mm.
That's it. And it was, I married him.
Wow.
Had a baby by him.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Okay.
But I think it's just maturity level. What people have to offer and where they are in life. So I don't think age really matters. My girlfriend, she likes him like 20 years younger. I be like, girl, what you gonna do with him? She be like, girl, he breaks my back. I be like, bro.
Oh my God.
I say, okay.
Wow.
Okay.
To each his own.
To each his own, no judgment, but okay.
Okay.
So everyone's different.
Yeah.
What one might want, another might not.
Yeah, exactly.
What I need, someone else doesn't need. And one thing I want to say, have someone that's consistent in your life. When it comes to dating, marriage, relationships, someone that's consistent.
Okay.
Not someone present one day,
Absent
gone the
the
next.
next.
Okay.
You need consistency.
Sure.
That matters. So,
Sure.
I feel like I'm sitting talking to daughters.
No, we appreciate that. I'm learning. Like I said, I'm learning a lot taking in. I'm soaking in everything.
Soaking it in. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. You talked about diaspora dating that you like work there or you do something about diaspora dating.
Yes.
So can you like throw more light on it? Tell us like how does it go?
So diaspora matchmaking.
Okay, matchmaking.
Yes,
sorry.
diaspora
Okay.
matchmaking.
Okay.
Oh, she said, oh, okay.
Okay. So
Sounds
you link people
interesting.
together. Are they
Yes.
Nigerians or from any?
So Africa to
Okay.
African Americans. So
Oh, wow.
diaspora matchmaking and beyond. So I'm not
Okay.
limited, but that's my niche right
Okay.
there, right? So the goal is to bring two individuals together
Okay.
from two different, spaces
Mhm.
and forming that bond, that unity, marriage, if that's the end goal. So yeah, I think that's very important because I think we have so much to learn from one another. You know what I'm saying? Africans don't understand what they have in Africa.
Okay.
A lot of Africans are trying to run to America, right? Because they believe like, oh, I'll be financially set, I'll be that. But you don't understand how rich your land is and that you all are kings and queens, right? And that's your lineage, right? Our lineage, a lot of us, we were slaves. We were taken from here.
Yeah.
So I think bridging the gap can help heal, right?
Yeah.
Heal the U.S., Black African Americans, and the Africans and bringing them together in unity. When I first came here, I called my son. I said, I need me an African grandbaby and an African daughter-in-law. I said a Nigerian daughter-in-law. And I was like, yeah, because you guys still have the foundation of family a lot of times. Like, mom and dad and being raised in the U.S., a lot of us were brought up with single parents. So I think we can teach one another, even in the dating and the marriage space. Now, is there like a cultural difference? Absolutely. But guess what? Love is love, right? So if I love you enough, I can learn from you, right?
Yeah.
I can start eating some African food. I've been eating jollof rice and all this stuff while I'm here because I love the culture, right? Even though my tummy be messed.
Sorry.
I be like, oh my God, it's so spicy. It is
sorry.
good. No, it's
Yeah.
good. It's good. I love it. But just bringing two cultures together to heal each other, one, and to date and marry and and bring more Black Americans over here.
Yeah. So what's the success rate like?
So I'm gonna say this. I hooked my parents up
Wow.
when I was 12. And they've
Whoa.
been together 40-something years.
Wow.
Yeah, really. And I'm the one that actually like interviewed all my cousins, wives or girlfriends or whatever. Like, I don't like her and all that. So the reason I got back into, and I'm gonna answer your question, back into matchmaking is because an NBA player had asked me to find him a wife, and I was like, what? So I ignored the initial conversation. And then when he asked me again, maybe a month later, I was like, I can do this. Like having his credit card and sending him on all these dates, it wasn't work for me. It was fun. I get to talk and communicate and teach and train and, pick out his clothes and pick her out for him and, just that. So that's why I got into matchmaking. But when I came over here, based on my DNA, because my DNA resonates with Nigeria.
Yeah, I wanted to even ask what.
Yeah, my DNA. That's why I'm here.
Wow.
I just got my my African name by the chief the other day.
What's the name?
Oh God, what is the name? Child,
forgot
wait a
your
minute.
own
No,
name.
yes, I'm still learning it. I do K.
I do care.
Yeah.
That's a Yoruba
Oh,
name.
Yoruba name.
Yes,
Wow.
I do K. So yes, I did forget it, y'all, but I got it now. Okay. So
Wow,
anyway,
I do care.
I have to like remember it because I've been going with Cheron Griffin for so long. So I do K. Okay. So anyway, the being here for me is home.
Wow.
It's freedom, right? And I want other Americans, African Americans, to experience the same freedom that I have here. Not looking over my back, not knowing if I'm gonna get shot by a cop. You know what I'm saying? When a cop stopped me, I make sure my hands are on the steering wheel and I have to brace myself because I don't know what's about to go down. So I want more African Americans to experience this. You guys want to go over there because you're like, oh, it's so beautiful. I could make all this money. But guess what? You're going to work from sun up to sundown. And you're not going to make as much money as you really think. And you're not going to be as free as you really think in your own country. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you're like, oh, the infrastructure. Well, guess what? The lights go out here. My lights were out 2 hours in Houston the other day, my husband told me. So like you know what I'm saying? So just the different things that the perception. Yeah. Am I saying don't go visit? I'm not telling you not to go visit, but I'm saying cherish what you have here. Because if this land wasn't so rich, everybody wouldn't come in and take from it.
True.
Right? So anyway, back to the matchmaking and the success rate. I'm going to say I am about 80 to 85% success.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yes. So my goal, again, is to create beautiful relationships from the diaspora. That's all.
That should be calling from God.
Yeah,
you said you matched your parents. So
I did.
At the age of 12.
At the age of 12.
Yeah.
I think that's something that God imprinted in
it's like your talent.
As a talent.
I love people, right? And I think I'm a good read. And I'm very intuitive. So just using those gifts and talents and wanting to see people happy and successful in a relationship because I wanted it that bad that I did it 5 times. Yeah. And I wasn't going to stop until I had it. You know what I'm saying? And I got it. So I want to teach other people, you can have it too. You know? So it's very important to me for those who want to be married, who want to be in those type of relationships, just connecting them, you know, but then there also has to be a lot of training, you know, especially with our Black men and with our Black women. There has to be training because self-love is the best love. And most people don't love themselves. So teaching people how to love yourself first, right? Loving yourself means I have to look in my goddamn mirror and I might not like what I see, right? I might have childhood PTSD. When I was young, I was molested by my uncle, right? Whoa. So I carried that burden with me. You don't have to be sorry, but it gave me compassion. You know what I'm saying? So I carried that burden over 20 years looking for love in all the wrong places. I just want to be loved. I just want somebody to love me, to hold me, you know, but it came from that. And there's a lot of people in this world who have that issue amongst other issues that they haven't dealt with, you know? So we got to look in our own mirror. So self-healing, right? Using the tools, right? We got to use the tools to heal ourselves, to ask God to help us to heal. We got to want to heal. Most people are afraid to heal because what will I look like when the healing takes place? You don't have that monkey on your shoulder anymore, right? So how does that feel?
Yeah, they've lived their life inside that space, you know, all their life has been about that. So where do they start from?
Right. And that's a scary space. But guess what? When you get through, you come out, you be like, oh shit, I should have did this a long time ago. Exactly. This feels good.
What I've been missing.
Yeah, this feels good. This is who I am. Oh, this is the real me. Oh, wow. I'm really happy. I'm really loud. I laugh a lot. You know what I'm saying? So you got to heal. And most people, when I talk about healing, people scatter. But you have to embrace it for yourself, you know, because God didn't create us to go through life broken. You know what I'm saying? So whether your father walked away, you know, whether you were physically, mentally, spiritually abused, you can get through that, whatever it is, you know, but you have to want it for self. I can't want it for you and then you not receive it. You have to want it for self. So right now we have all these unhealthy, broken people wanting to be in relationships. And guess what? They're breaking a person.
Yeah, they're not willing to do the work on themselves. You know, you see, I saw a post yesterday on Yaba Left. There's this popular blog, and so the person was asking like, how did your ex find out that you were cheating on them? And and this particular one from this guy, he was saying, oh, that he's the kind of person that he will never ever apologize, even if you catch him red-handed, even if the girl sees him, okay, he's on top of another girl, he will gaslight her into thinking that she just saw something else, that she's not the one, and the girl caught him, and he will never apologize, that he doesn't care, he's not apologizing to anybody. If you don't like the way he is, you should leave him like that. He's not forcing anybody, he's not begging anybody. And I was like, wow, how can someone be like this? And you see that kind of man, a lot of girls are scrambling to be with him, even after seeing all these things, seeing all these things. So I was just wondering how many young girls will probably break, for you to gaslight someone into thinking that what they saw is not true.
You know what's funny? When we gravitate to certain people, right, like him, that means we're unhealthy.
Yeah.
Because a healthy person isn't going to gravitate to that drama, to that toxicity. They'll be like, no, I don't want any of that. And we tend to follow on social media very toxic people. I've watched people break people down on social media, and you're like, and they're following you still because you're used to toxicity. So it feels normal. Healthiness doesn't feel normal for most of us.
Yes, true.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, something wrong here. Or when is it going to turn around and be toxic again? Like, we're afraid of it because that's all we've seen, most of us. Yeah. I know in my household, that's what I saw.
Yeah, I think Nigerian culture is also based on that, because the man is unapologetic about what he does. If a man cheats, a man is going to cheat. All men cheat. That's how men are. Men do some certain things, and because sometimes I even look at myself and I'm like, am I sure I will be able to marry a Nigerian man? Because when I see some certain things that people are like, this is how it is, take it or leave it. The man will do this. Okay, some people even say, if he slaps you small, it's just correcting.
That's the beginning of abuse.
I'm like, what?
That's abuse.
So some people just see it. And there's this other one. The woman said she can never divorce her husband, even if I don't know if you saw that video. Even if he molests her own child, the child they have together, she will not divorce him. That she can just report to the police. And the police can handle the case or something, but she can never divorce. I'm like, you would stay with a man that molested his own child, your own child, under the same roof, and put that child through all that PTSD again.
Toxicity.
It's too much in Nigeria. Yeah, honestly. Men get away with so much.
I think we have to recondition our minds. Yeah. I think that men need to be taught the value of the woman, especially the value of the Black woman, and for him to know what she has. Just because we've done things for generations, right? It doesn't mean that we have to continue. I started healing and going to therapy. Matter of fact, 12 midnight last night, I was in therapy with my therapist. It was 6 o'clock our time in the U.S., 12 a.m. here. And I was determined I was going to have therapy, right? So we have to choose it. We have to choose to heal. And once we heal, right, certain things aren't acceptable anymore, whether it's tradition or not. I had to walk away from a lot of things in my family, and I love my family very much, right? But I said, no, I'm a grown woman. That's number one. I've been married 4 times. That's number 2. You're not going to make me feel less than because I've done things my own way. I'm a grown person. I don't know if you all can do that here, but in America, I had to say enough is enough. I want my healing. And if I have to leave you all alone for a season or a period of time, that's what I'm going to do. And I did that. I took a year to myself, and I really didn't talk to anyone, speak to anyone. It was me and God at that point. God, what do you want from me? Could you show me? Could you talk to me? Could you show me what to do? Could you help me on this journey? I didn't want to hear all the voices, all the chatter anymore, because I heard enough chatter going to people for a prophetic word. Oh, I need a word. I'm going to my aunts and all that kind of stuff. Oh, can you tell me what the Lord is saying?
Do that in the U.S.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I need a prophetic word. I need the Lord to speak. And that's okay. And sometimes we do, right? But guess what? God speaks to us too, right? God can speak to us personally. I mean, and God can speak through other people, but to consciously always looking for a word from somebody regarding our situation. And I had to stop that because I was dependent on people as opposed to depending on the one that created me. You know what I'm saying? So I had to just stop.
Step aside.
And it was okay. And I became better and happier. And my children got healed. They started going through therapy, you know, and they were like, Mom, we love the fact that you're healed and you caused us to heal. Because I wasn't the perfect parent. Because I only knew what I was taught. You know what I'm saying? But then when you're healed and you see that certain things were wrong, you go back and you apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't know. You know, I'm sorry. And my children are my best friend. You know, so yeah. And they can talk to me about anything and everything, whether I like it or I don't, because it's their journey. I can sit and listen. And if you ask me for my guidance, I'll give it to you, but I never insert myself in my children's lives, even in their dating. You know, if I see something, you know, I'll say, do I have permission to speak? Can I ask you a question? You know, and if they say no, I say, okay. And I leave it at that. But I can pray, right? And I can say, God, you need to reveal to her or him what's going on in their situation. You know, and God does what God does. I think in a lot of cultures, especially in the African culture, that we try to allow or not allow God to be God.
You try to play God.
Right. That's it. That's it right there. You know, so back to diaspora dating. I'm all down for it. I think that it's going to be like really, really, really successful and beautiful. I want to see these African queens. Yes, having beautiful children and just all of that.
We can't wait.
Yeah. You know, whenever y'all ready, whoever's ready. You know.
Okay.
But first you have to retrain your mind.
Definitely.
You know, to understand that certain things aren't acceptable. A smack isn't acceptable.
At all.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True. I had an ex he always makes me feel like being fat is ugly. Like,
But first of all, you're not fat.
that's what he tells me. Every time you be like, do you know that your tummy is too big? He's always comparing me to his sister. That was like 2 years ago.
Okay.
Before I got to like be like, nah. Before I did not actually think that it was him being toxic and all that. I just thought it was him trying to make me better.
Okay.
Because he was always talking down on me and my body shape. He was always, your tummy is getting bigger. Don't you see your arm is getting? What's that? That's a stretch mark. You need to do something. Yes, I had an ex that you need to do something about this. And for me, I thought he was just trying to do me
so like you just watch yourself.
Exactly. He was, but at the time, I just told myself, no. This is not how it's supposed to be.
Right.
This is not the way. Even if you want me to be better, you want me to be in a certain. This is not the way you're supposed to be.
Your words should come with love.
Exactly. Even in public, I might most times I might just get dressed and you'll be like, why are you dressed like that?
Oh, wow.
Don't you see that your tummy is popping out? Don't you? Why can't he was always making me. That's how I actually started wearing waist trainers. He was always, no, hold yourself. You're too big. I'm like,
what?
At the point, I just
then he should go date someone he likes.
Right. That's what I was
then
saying. Like,
I did not know. Then I just thought like, this is normal. Okay, this is him showing me. This is love. I did not know that this was just him being toxic towards me. By the time I got to understand, this guy has already done a whole lot of damage to me mentally. Because I was always, whenever I look at the mirror, I don't like the person I see. That's what he already imprinted in me. He just made me feel like you're ugly. You're fat and ugly.
But you're
And
so
a lot of people, a lot of men in
it is
Nigeria
now
have
that I get to see myself and I'm like, okay,
yes.
I'm a queen. You don't tell me that.
Yes,
You don't tell me. That was when I
yes.
got to start appreciating myself for the way I am. Because he tried to make, I took a whole lot of things just to slim down.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not even pleasing myself. I am trying to
Okay.
please him.
someone else.
Right.
Yeah, it's different if you're
Right.
doing it for
myself.
yourself.
Like if I have to
Yeah.
tell myself, look, I'm getting too big, I want to work on my, that's a different thing altogether,
Right,
right? But
right.
this is you trying to make me feel like
Feel bad.
good.
And a lot
Yeah.
of that happens in Nigerian
Exactly,
dating scene.
it does.
Men go to date fat women and then want to start changing them to become slim.
Exactly.
You know,
It
they are,
happens.
they, are,
Wow.
they, are, they are ashamed of
happens.
dating bigger women
Mm.
over here.
Well, when I was in the dating space, men loved me because of my fiery personality, right? But then once they had me, they tried to dumb me down. You're too loud, you're too this, you're too that, you know what I'm saying? Until I appreciated who I am. And I was like, nigga, please. You know what I'm saying? But it became a challenge.
Yeah.
And they never won. But it was like they were trying to just beat me. And it was like, no. I'm going to be myself. So they ended up more frustrated. And that's how a lot of my relationships ended. Because I wouldn't change my core, you know, to make them feel better about themselves. So to me, when men or anyone does that to anyone, is low self-esteem.
It is.
And they're trying to make themselves feel better about themselves by making you feel less than. Yeah, so forget them.
It's in the past. Nah.
Yes,
Nah,
yes,
if I look
yes.
at myself, all I see is a queen.
I
And
know
I'm
that.
here to dominate. And that's on period. That's on period.
I love it. So wait a minute, y'all have beautiful teeth. I had to say that. So
Thank you.
I'm a dental hygienist by profession. I don't practice anymore. So teeth is something that I'm always looking at. And when I saw you, I was like, okay, teeth come through.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
You're
much.
welcome.
I just kept looking at you. You look like Will Smith. I don't know if she's his
Jada,
ex-wife.
and they're still
you look
married.
like Jada so much.
I
Wow.
get so many. Okay,
You get it,
okay.
right? You
I
look
got
like her.
Jada, and then there's another young lady from Philly. She does the catwalk. Who's that? Tall. She used to date Usher. Amber Rose.
Oh,
Amber Rose. She's from Philly too.
Yeah.
So pretty, little
Isn't
cut,
she
yeah.
beautiful? I
Amber is
love
so
her.
beautiful, yeah.
You
Did
know.
she used to date Usher?
I thought it was Usher. Don't quote me, y'all. I
The
thought
other
it was,
guy.
but I don't. No, Kanye.
Oh,
She
used to date
dated Kanye.
Oh, wow.
She dated Kanye.
Okay.
Yeah, that's who
Okay.
put her on the scene. Yeah, so she's from Philly, my hometown.
Aw.
Wow.
But yeah, so are y'all ready for American Men?
Yeah, I'm looking for American Mama.
We are going.
Okay, so my question to you, if you had to date an American man, what type of man would you want?
What type of man would I want? I'm always this person that when you say what type of man do I want, are you trying to talk about the body figure?
Just in general. No. If you had to describe your man, it could be personality, it could be
Oh, okay.
anything.
When it comes to personality, I think I love a man that would be able to, because me, I think I see myself as how would I put it? Should I call it? I wouldn't say I'm a controlling woman but I'm this lady that I know that I'm actually, the masculine energy in me is top notch. So I would want a man that can actually like say, hey, sit your ass down, and I would do that.
Okay.
If you don't have that authority in you, I wouldn't want you. I don't
Okay.
want any man that, okay, I have to be the one in authority. That's a hell no
Okay.
for me, because I want you to be in your full masculine potential.
So
like
alpha male.
Exactly. I want an alpha male. And
Okay.
if we talk about the body figure and it's all black man.
Okay.
So black man would definitely not be the end of me, but that is my spec in
Okay.
a man. So I will not say any other thing, but that alpha male and you're tall and black,
Okay.
I am good to go.
How about, does he have to be a Christian man?
Yeah, definitely. I love
Okay.
God.
Okay.
I love God a lot. I'm this person that I think I am so comfortable in God's presence, and
Okay.
I wouldn't want to do that alone. No,
Okay,
no.
okay,
My
okay.
man has to be involved 100%. No, I don't
Okay.
want to be the one holding you down in your Christian. No. We have to do that together, because
Okay.
God is an essential for me. If
Okay.
you don't know God, I don't want to know you.
Okay.
Because if you know God, then definitely we can work.
Now, you
out.
said no God. So back to my question, does he have to be a Christian?
Because
Yeah,
it's not only Christians
that no God. Yes, he has to be a Christian. He has to be I don't know if I've never dated outside Christianity or anything.
Okay.
So I think yes, it has to be a Christian. But if I should see any other person that fits into what I want, that okay, it's not really a Christian, I wouldn't mind. But I've not done it before, but I wouldn't mind. But yes, for a start, I think he should be a Christian.
Tall, short.
Tall, baby. It's tall black man.
Okay. I mean, I don't know, right? Okay. About 6 what?
6 and above is cool.
6 and above. Okay.
It's good.
Okay. I was just asking, ma'am.
My own spec.
Yes.
Okay. Before we talk about my own spec, I just want to ask you a question.
Okay.
So we will be partnering with your platform, the diaspora matchmaking thing.
Yes.
We'll be partnering with you to make it work. So I want to ask you, what are the things we need to maybe reconfigure in the minds of Africans living in Africa?
Okay.
Because most people here, our mindset is different. So what are the things we need to reconfigure in their minds to make this diaspora matchmaking work? Because some African people have this mindset. Okay, if they're dating an American person, they're just looking for a way to jackpot. They're just looking for a way to run out, or they're looking for they've made the bag. This person is going to sponsor them, and also just tell us about it and all.
Well, to be honest, all right, let's be upfront. A lot of people are going to want a green card.
Yeah.
Right. I'm trying to get my Nigerian passport.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm working on that now. So that's common sense. But then some people really just want love, right? So whether they have love here or in America, it's okay. That's something that you have to work out. I have a friend now. She married a Nigerian, and he came to the U.S., and they're doing phenomenal. They bought land here, right? So you can actually be in 2 places, right? So you can spend some time in America. You can spend some time here. But so people have to be open, right? I'm open. I'm trying to buy land here. I'm trying to be here 6 months out of the year working, so be open. That's the main thing. Be open. And Americans need to know that it's not the Africa that you see on television that the white people are showing us, right? It's beautiful. It's grand. The food is great. It's fresh. It's big. It's city. It's so many wonderful things about Africa that I keep coming back. I can't get enough of it. So people have to understand that it's bigger than what we think. When you go to America, to my African friends, don't expect that you're going to have life easy. Okay, some things are going to be very hard and different for you. If you go to a cold weather place, your ass going to be cold. It ain't going to be sunny like here, okay? So I'm saying those type of things. As far as food, be open to each other's food. But guess what? Our food comes from your food. Because I know when I went to Kenya, they had something called ugali, I think it was, greens. Okay. And we eat collard greens at home. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many similarities in us. We just took what we had and we switched it up for over there. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be open and you have to be intentional. You have to be clear exactly for what you want. And you have to say, it's okay. They're people. We're people. We all want love. So that's the goal, is love right there. And I think it can truly work. Was I clear enough for you?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
What is the platform like? Is it, do you have a website?
I do. CheronKGriffin.com, CheronKGriffin, Frank.com. Yeah, where people can sign up, where we can actually have courses and things like that, right? Training and teaching, and then connecting. But then there's other people who just want to hire me as their matchmaker, right? Busy professionals, right? I have a database already where they're like, okay, I'm going to give you this amount of money because there is a fee associated and I need you to find me someone. And guess what? I'm going to find you someone. Money talks and bullshit walks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, no, I'm going to get you what you need. What you need, what you need. What you need, what you need. But the end goal, seriously, is teaching. And I hate saying training because you train dogs and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But my husband trained me with his softness. Yeah. Yeah, he trained me. I was like, yeah, you know, but he was so soft and gentle with me that he trained me without me knowing I was being trained. And so I was like, oh my God, I speak soft now. Oh, okay, darling. What do you need? You need tea? It's like, you know what I'm saying? So, man, you don't have to be dominating and firm with the ladies. You can also teach them with your gentleness.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So,
Because even the Bible says it, husbands love
yeah,
your wives like
Christ loved the church. Yeah, so that's very important.
I would want to ask you, is a personal question though.
Okay.
So I was thinking, in your 5 years marriage experience, what are the things you did wrong or your partner did wrong that you think would have made the marriage to work?
I'm going to say in my marriages, first of all, I wasn't healed. This is the only marriage that I was healed in.
Whoa.
Okay. So that's
Your
why.
current marriage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I always tell him, you're lucky you didn't meet me then. I got arrested for fighting in a restaurant, fighting at work. Like, just, I'm a whole new person.
Whoa.
I lie to you not. Like, I'm at peace with myself. And because I'm at peace with myself, I'm at peace with everything around me, including my husband. And I bring my husband peace. I don't bring him drama and all. Our house is very loving and calm and peaceful. And it's just me and him. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference. I wasn't healed. So, yes, I was part of the problem.
Okay.
I'm sure I was about who you talking to? You know what I'm saying? But then also picking wrong, choosing wrong.
True.
But it was all a part of my journey. So I don't take any of it back. If I had to do it all over again, absolutely. Because it led me to now. It led me to this chair. It led me to a beautiful husband. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn me. I had to look at myself in my mirror and say, bitch, get it right. Get it right. You need to heal. You got some shit. You got some stuff in your childhood and your lifespan that you need to deal with. And I had to deal with it. And I'm glad that I did.
Wow.
So, yeah, so the husbands weren't the only problem. I was the problem too, okay?
Yeah. I like that you
I like
also
that for her.
take the responsibility as well. Because most people like to put it as if it's one-sided.
No, it takes two to tangle, right? I'm the common denominator, right? Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm okay with that.
Okay, so let me tell you my own spec.
Yes.
She was giving you her own spec. So my own spec is I've always wanted to have mixed babies.
Okay.
So maybe an American guy that is like, yeah, I want my babies to be mixed.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you
I
say
like-
an American guy that's like, so
That's like I don't know how to explain.
you
it.
just say you want a mixed baby, a white American male?
Yeah, a white.
Okay, so
American
why
baby.
didn't you say that?
I didn't know how to put it.
A white American
Yeah,
male. You
white
have
American.
remember I said you need to be clear.
Okay, so there's white Americans and there's black Americans.
American.
Right.
Yeah, but they don't like to have that.
But that's what you say. You say I want to have a mixed
Yeah, I want to have a
baby.
mixed baby.
Right. And normally in America, a mixed baby is like a white and a black baby, or an Asian and a black baby, or an Asian and a white.
Yeah, true.
So that's what I'm trying to get at.
Okay. So yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and but that's the thing now with white people. Most of them are not that handsome.
No, I don't want any white, nah.
Yeah, because I love good sex. So I
Okay.
don't know. I've never had any experience with. Okay, I've had an experience with a white person. It wasn't. I
Was
didn't
it
like
good?
it. Yes, I did not like it. So I would want someone that is like really. Most times it's mostly black men that know how to.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
don't think a black baby is beautiful?
No.
I'm just
They're
asking.
beautiful.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm
no,
just
I know.
asking.
I'm a black
based on-
baby. Yeah.
Right, but I'm asking you based on your specs.
Okay.
That's why I'm asking.
Okay.
You're in the hot seat.
Yeah. Yes,
You're
I
in the
am.
hot seat.
Yeah. I am.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think black babies are beautiful.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
it's
you
just-
choose
that's
to have a
just what-
mixed
yeah,
baby.
Yeah, I just want that.
Have you
I
ever
want-
heard of the Eve gene?
Eve.
The Eve gene.
No.
Okay, the Eve gene is any color baby can come from the black woman. A white, blue-eyed baby can come from a black woman.
Wow.
So you have that in you to make
So
as well.
every
I'm
woman-
just saying.
Does every
I'm just
woman
saying.
have that?
The black woman has that. The Eve
black
gene.
woman.
You need to look it up.
I don't know. Is it the same gene they said this lady has Lupita? They said
I don't
she has
know.
one rare gene like that.
No, we all have the Eve gene.
Oh, okay.
So she doesn't have a rare. Well, we don't have a rare gene. We have the gene.
Okay. Wow.
So you can make a mixed baby yourself. I'm just saying. I'm just educating you.
I
but I
don't
get
know.
what you say.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But
it's
you want a white
possible.
man.
Yeah, I want a white man because I
Okay.
don't know. I just like.
So you want a white man that know how to have good sex.
but they don't know how to have. Good sex.
Maybe you
I'm
can
not
teach
sure.
them. Maybe
I'm
you
not
can teach
sure. I
them.
cannot say.
So is the penis size very important to you? Because I don't know if it was small or big. Was it?
Yeah, his was small, but
Okay.
I've seen from videos
Mhm.
that white
From
guys.
porn.
No, not porn, not porn,
That's
but from
really
videos like guys that when they wear those their shorts and
Gotcha.
all. Some white guys, yeah, they have bigger dicks too, but I don't know because I've not experienced it
Okay.
before. So maybe you put that in your.
No, I mean, but those things need to be communicated
Yeah,
about
yeah.
because what if
Mhm.
you get with someone and you're not sexually satisfied?
Yeah, and I have to be because
then
it's very
you're-
very important.
Right. So
Yeah.
you'll have a mixed baby, but poor sex life.
Hi. No, please, no. No, I want a white guy that is good. in
Okay.
bed. I think they will have that.
Definitely.
I'm
They
sure.
should.
I'm sure.
They
I'm
should.
sure.
Mhm.
Okay. That's just a question that needs to be asked.
So
But
a
guess what?
tall,
Okay.
tall, handsome.
Money.
I like
Some money?
Money.
course. Man, you don't
Money
even
is
need to
there.
ask money.
Money is
That's
yeah.
like the number one
number one.
necessity.
Okay.
Yeah, money
number
has to be
one.
there.
Well, how about love? Love is in number one. I'm just asking.
I'm coming.
Mm.
Okay. Okay.
I'm coming.
She
Love is
said.
definitely
She said
going to
money is
happen.
number.
Money is number one.
Money is number one.
Money is number one.
Okay.
Like, that's why I
Okay.
didn't mention money because it's like a thing that has to be there. Like it's a no. That's why I didn't
Right. A
mention it.
no-brainer.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. Exactly.
Yeah,
That's why I did not
exactly.
mention it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I like a guy that has like there's this particular body build
Okay.
that I like well,
Put together. Older,
Yeah.
younger.
I'm not an age.
How old are
person.
you?
I'm 25.
Okay.
So I'm not an age person. So I could date younger. I could date because I've actually dated younger guys
Okay.
and they're sweet. And all that. I know most times people say younger guys because there's some younger guys that look very small and look so young. I've actually dated a 28-year-old guy that looked
Okay.
like he was 15.
Okay.
So I prefer them to look manly.
Like a man.
Yes. So it's not about
Okay.
the age or anything. Yeah. So then, yeah, I want to be in love with my husband. I'm a romantic, hopeless
Okay.
romantic, and I know that I've experienced romantic relationship with
Okay.
a white man, and it's always for me.
You
what
like
I've
it.
seen, I like it because they're
Okay.
gentle,
Okay.
soft, and there's another guy I dated. He's African, but
Okay.
he's African Canadian, like Angolan Canadian, and he was so soft, like you
Okay.
said when you said your husband made you soft and gentle, like the same thing. What for the period we dated, I did not even remember that I could get angry.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I could
beautiful.
not even get. If anybody would do anything to me, I'm like, no, don't.
So, do you feel like with African men or African American men that they can't be soft and gentle?
I wouldn't say African American men.
Okay.
So I would say African men. When it comes to a woman like me,
Okay.
I have a strong personality.
I think most African women do.
Yeah, yeah. So
I
most,
do too.
Yeah, so most African men, I'm feminine. I'm very feminine.
Okay.
I'm very feminine woman. But most African men, they feel intimidated,
Okay.
not only by my personality, but also by my size.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
By the
also by
size.
my size. But when you look at African American men or white American men, they don't see it as that should make you less feminine because you're
Okay.
big
Right.
or because you're huge. Like there's one guy that was like, if I was in the US, like there's
They'll
no
come and eat
day
you
I
up.
could, yeah, you get so they see like the way I was treated by
Okay.
this white man that I met, I was you know when someone treats you and you don't even know how to act
Right.
anymore. Like they're so, I don't know how, but in Nigeria it's so different.
So why'd you
with,
break up?
with him?
Mm-hmm.
He's married actually.
Oh,
yeah, he's married.
You didn't date the married man, did you?
I dated him.
Why?
Yeah, I dated him. It was just a fling. It wasn't
yeah,
anything
but he
serious.
was married.
I don't really see anything wrong with that. Yeah, I don't see anything
So
wrong
when
with
you get married, you would feel like it's okay for your husband to have a girlfriend or a mistress on the side?
No, it's not okay. But if that, because you cannot choose what people would do at the end of the day.
But you as a woman can choose what you do to another woman.
Okay, he wasn't actively married.
You just said he was married.
No, he wasn't actively married. You know, because he said he had kids, but he never made mention like of his wife that he was married. So me, I just assumed that he's.
But you just
married.
said he was married.
I assumed. He has kids. He has grown kids.
Okay.
And yeah, he did not tell me that he's married. So I
just trying to wiggle out there.
No,
hot seat, baby. Because I was getting ready to go in on your ass.
No. I've dated married men.
Okay.
I've dated married men. Yeah, I've dated married men. But this particular person is who I'm referring to.
Okay, but don't you think you dating married men speaks volumes of you? And I'm not judging you, but I'm trying to get you to see something.
I understand you. Yeah, it's mostly flings. It's not like I'm dating
whether
them
it's a fling or not, you don't consider yourself destroying or helping to destroy, because it's already destroyed if he's laying in the bed with you and he got somebody at home.
Well, I don't see
You know what I'm
way.
saying? But what you're doing from woman to woman, I'm just sharing, you're actually hurting another woman. If she finds out about you and the fling or another or a fling, but I'm saying you because it's you, you're breaking her down to a place that she doesn't need to be, right? And he's telling you stuff. It might be true and it might not, but he's telling you stuff to make you lay down with him, to make you feel sorry for him, to make her look like the bad person.
Okay, I think you're getting it all wrong. It's not.
No.
It's not. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like transactional. It's not like, okay, he's telling me stuff to make maybe like we're in love or anything.
So it's about money.
No, yeah, it's about money. It's not love. I'm not feeling sorry for no married man. It's transactional. Okay. It's not love, like serious relationship or anything.
I could go somewhere, but I don't want to.
No, you can go. I can never be in a serious relationship. It's a normal thing in Nigeria.
But it's not right.
Yeah, it's not
Whether
right.
It's
not
normal.
right, but it's a normal thing. Okay, for example, now, a girl that looks like me, most times it's even very hard to have a single guy. Most times, if you ask most girls that are curvy, majority of the guys that go after curvy girls are married men. So what do we do in Nigeria that a young guy is saying, no, because I'm curvy, that means I will finish all his money, or I will do this and that. Or maybe, like you heard me say that most of these guys feel like intimidated, or they feel like, this is something I cannot handle. So you see them say, okay, this is food for the big men. You see stuff like this is food for big men, only rich men can handle. And then at the end of the day, these are the people that are coming, and then what do we do?
I'm going to just speak from my point of view, and I'm not going to talk about you at all.
No, I understand.
So I was a woman that was cheated on, right? So I was on the opposite end. And it made me feel not valued, less than. Why would another woman knowingly want to be with my husband? Right. And it makes you feel like you're not worthy of love. Right. I've cried many, 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 many tears because of that situation, because of the infidelity. And I don't understand how another woman could hurt another woman. I would never. This is just me, right? And no judgment to you, because I'm trying to learn your perspective too. Okay, I would never want another woman to feel how I felt. You know, because so many things are ruined because of infidelity. Like the house isn't the home anymore. You look at your spouse different. You look at other women different now. You look at society as being different. And I feel that hurt people because whether it's unintentional or not, you're still hurting the other person.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm asking you, and that's why I'm passionate. I'm not judging you, but I am trying to learn from you the why. But what you said it's transactional. Is basically he's paying for my service, right? Yeah. So is it right? In my opinion, no. But who am I to judge? That's between you and God. And I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
But if you want to make me understand, you know.
there's nothing much to say after that. It's just, let me say, that's like, I can say that 99% of married men in Nigeria, let me not say Africa, in Nigeria, have sex with people they are not married to.
Okay.
It's like, I think it has become a norm. That's why I think if you listen, you heard me say, they say that's how the men are.
You said that.
Yeah,
you said that.
cheat.
You said
so
that.
It's a normal thing. Because when I was way younger than what I am now, I used to chase this man away. Like any man that comes to me, and I'm like, you're married. Right. Go be with your wife. But when it's like, it's something, okay, maybe this is just how this thing is. Because it's normal. It's a normal thing.
So most girls, cultural.
Yeah, it's culture. Because I think Nigerian culture allows men to be polygamous.
Okay.
Yeah. So most.
Well, that's different. Now, if you said I'm polyamorous, or what did you call it? Polygamy.
Polygamous.
Now, if you told me that, I'd be like, oh, okay, because now everyone's okay with it. Makes sense.
Like in Nigeria, a man can marry as many wives as he wants. But like even me, I don't mind being a second wife.
Okay.
To a man. Yeah, I don't see it as anything because it's part of our culture.
Well, that's different. That's different now. And I would respect that because everyone knows. But the disrespect comes in when the other people on the other side don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if she was like, oh, yeah, you know, invite Susie over, this is what we do. I'm like, oh, okay.
The thing about polygamy is that even though these women know that it's part of the culture, some of them still do not accept it.
Okay.
So that's why a lot of married men just go about doing what they want to do. Yes. They just go about doing what they want to do. Okay. So it's something that we came to see it being like that.
So you don't think monogamy is normal here?
Monogamy is normal, but most of the time I don't think we can pinpoint up to, like, let me say 20% or 30% of monogamy that is true monogamy. Most times, most of these men have side chicks. Yeah, that's the word. Side chicks. Outside. Side chicks is the girls that, you know,
decide,
sleep with the married man. Maybe the man takes care of them and all that. So they have these side chicks. Some of them have baby mamas that their wives do not even know about. Wow. Yeah.
Sounds very American.
so many stories. You see so many stories pop up and the man doesn't know. So it's like a normal thing. And then they go after girls that maybe they feel, okay, these ones are erotic.
Yes,
you know?
Yes.
Erotic
they
girls.
Married a good girl.
And
then have the side chick doesn't.
Mostly curvy girls.
Yeah.
So you see, as a curvy girl, maybe your age group has seen you like, this one is for the big men or all those kind of things you get. You see, like when I said they get intimidated, and maybe it's because of the mentality. Who knows what men say to each other that will make them feel this way about certain type of women.
The flip of it is mama's baby, papa's maybe. You understand what I'm saying? Mama's baby, papa's maybe. In America, there's plenty of women who have had babies, but it ain't their husbands.
Papa's maybe, none I get.
Mama's babies, papa's maybe. Yeah.
Wow. None I get.
So when daddy out playing, mama playing too.
Okay. Two complete game.
Exactly.
So like both the married women too.
Wow.
Wow.
So she comes up pregnant. You know, he thinks it's his baby, but really is whoever's baby.
Wow. In America.
In America,
But
that's
I
normal.
think Americans have like they're more loyal to their partners.
You think?
Like they're like if you have another wife or another like your wife could sue you. Like it's a very serious thing. It's a
Well,
big
they
deal.
just started suing.
Okay.
They just started suing.
Okay.
But yeah, women play too. I think more women probably play in America than men.
Wow.
But the thing is, when a woman plays, a man doesn't know.
Yes, we know how to hide it.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's the truth. And this thing has, like, just recently, a lot of men have started asking for DNAs for their children because a lot of cases have come up where the child does not belong to the father.
You're right.
Paternity issues.
You're
So
right.
recently, everybody's now talking about DNA, do DNA, do DNA. It's not their baby, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah. It's
So
crazy.
it's very true.
Yeah.
You know, even like on girls' trips, a lot of times women, when they go out the country, they do their thing and then they go back home. And yeah, so
I think that one is more dangerous, bringing a baby back for someone like he's not the father of
only
the
thing
child.
it's so easy to do.
And the man will not know because that's his wife.
Exactly.
How's it going to know?
Exactly.
No, he wouldn't because they are together.
Right. You know, so men, I teach y'all all the time. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, baby. So if you gonna be doing it,
But
chances are she doing it
a
too.
lot of women have been killed because of that thing. Yeah, like there was a man that killed his wife because he found out that the babies do not belong to him.
I could believe that.
It's very hard.
Yeah. But men get killed too.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
so
of course.
don't think it's one way.
Yeah,
Men get
that's
killed
true.
too
That's true.
for things like that.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to understand that everyone's not mentally there once infidelity takes place and they find out. So anything's off. There's a thin line between sanity and insanity.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you cross that line, it's no coming back.
Yeah.
So just be careful. Like, there's certain things I'm not going to do, but if you're going to do it, be careful. Because people aren't playing and there's a lot of mental health issues out there right now. So just a FYI.
Okay, guys, we've come to the end of this episode. This episode was Boss, Boss, Boss. Boss, Boss, Boss.
It was just so interesting.
Yeah, so interesting. Very educative.
Yeah.
Very, very educative. So you guys have heard, before you go into a relationship, you have to heal. Very important. You have to heal yourself. Also, dating in Nigeria is not so much different from dating in the US. So she said we have lots and lots of similarities because if you really look at it, African Americans, most of them were taken from Africa. So we have a lot of similarities. My co-hosts, do you have anything to add?
I don't think you said it or
Yes.
She's actually like when she was talking. I think I needed a notebook to just be jotting down the things.
things, jot things down.
Like just jot things down because she was hitting points and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. If you look at it, they're actually true and all that.
Yes.
So thank you so much, ma'am, for coming around and you even I think you've
educated us
a whole lot of people. At least 90% of Nigerians that would get to listening to this would be like, oh, okay, this woman is stating fast and it was so interesting and it was nice to have you here.
Oh,
So nice
thank
to have
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Madam Butterfly, she came here and she poured out so much knowledge, so much information. Also, you know she's a matchmaker, diaspora matchmaker. So thank you so much, Madam Butterfly, for coming here. We look forward to partnering with you on your diaspora matchmaking.
Yay!
We
Well,
can't wait.
I appreciate you all. Rated 18. This has been phenomenal. It's been a learning experience for me as well. I just want to drop this one thing.
Okay.
So the original name of Africa was Al-Kubalan. Al-Kubalan. The land of Eden, mother of the earth. So I just had to let y'all know how important this land is. All of Africa, Nigeria. But yes, thank you for allowing me to grace your stage. I'm excited regarding the partnership, the matchmaking partnership, and let's create a love space where people can have beautiful families, beautiful children, and just ride it out together into the sunset. So I'm excited. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, guys, thank you so much for listening and staying with us to the end. Please do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms at the rated18_podcast. And thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next episode. I still remain your Bombomlicious, your Bubblicious, Cavalicious goddess, and your host, King Chick, aka Big Baby. And my co-host,
Big Baby Cartoon, aka we are the Island Buddies.
The Island Buddies
You
are
keep
signing out. I need to. This name needs to stick.
It needs to stick, definitely.
The Island Buddies signing out. Thank you guys. Mwah.
We love you.